everybody, welcome to Beyond the Summit Summer Cup. We are ready to begin several days of EU and CIS action as they go head-to-head, over and over, countlessly, in an endless bloody war to see who will get directly invited to the Dota Summit. I am your ever-faithful host and companion, Killer Pigeon, and joining me, you guys seem to like him last time. I've had to bring him back. He's had someone stuck in his throat there. You right there, Lizard?
I'm here. I'm back. I'm back.
All right, back again?
Back again. Just for you, baby, though. Just for you. I don't care about the chat. I'm just here for you.
There we go.
Oh. That's all.
Good, good. I can believe that, you know. We've got that synchronicity, that love for each other. But we have got a draft. It actually is very slow with the bans and very quick with the picks.
Can I analyze a little bit? Are you going to let me do my job? Or
no.
All right.
Yes, maybe. Go.
All right. So hello, everyone. We have the MEGA-LADA esports and the No Bounty Hunter in the game 1. And the MEGA-LADA obviously bans Bounty Hunter in the first phase because they're playing against No Bounty Hunter. And No Bounty Hunter has this Akim guy. He's their position 4 player. And that guy is a cancer. Can I say that? I can't say that, right? That guy is very bad in pubs with his Bounty Hunter. Bad in a good way, though. He destroys people, so they just banned that Bounty Hunter out. On the other hand, we'd have the first ban Chan, because one of these guys in MEGA-LADA plays Chan, obviously. And the rest of the bans are whatever. Just meta picks. Kunkka, you don't want to play against on mid. You don't want to have Mirana versus Kunkka either. And enough about the bans. Let's go into the fun phase. Let's talk about the picks, shall we? We have the MEGA-LADA Naga Mirana combo. It's really good. You can lane it on either of the lanes, but usually it's the side lanes. Naga brings the minus armor. It's been nerfed a bit, but it doesn't matter. Mirana and Naga are really good together, and the web into arrow is solid. On the other hand, we have an opening of 2 supports, so it's kind of less ambiguous. This opening, we have the Warlock and the Earth Spirit. You have the Fatal Bonds and the Slow with Earth Spirit. It brings a lot of, like, I'm not a fan of Earth Spirit. I'm not a fan of Akimbro Earth Spirit, but overall, these 2 heroes bring a lot to the team fighting potential of their team. The only downside is Earth Spirit isn't really in the meta. The hero is not as good as it used to be. Definitely.
That's kind of thing, right? Because we've gone back to these 2-1-2 type laning phases, and you want someone that has constant presence, whereas Earth Spirit's one of those, he's an ambush type support, right? He wants to gank, he wants to surprise you. If he's just in the lane, it's like, well, there's an Earth Spirit here, I guess we'll just adjust appropriately.
You said that so well, man. He's an ambush type. Like, you should be a caster or something.
You know what? I was thinking about it.
You have a way with words, man. Like, it's I can tell, you know. You should trust me. I'm one of these dudes that I look at you and I know what you're meant to do. You know,
you're making me blush.
You should be a caster, maybe a TI or something. You can make it.
I don't know if we'll go that far. Maybe like a discount one that's spelled as TI, like Admiral Bulldog says it, right?
Take me with you. Anyway.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how big the luggage limits are.
I mean, I didn't manage to carry myself there, so. You know,
I mean, yeah, you know, in fairness, it might work, but the problem is you're not the stereotypical gamer. You work out a lot, so there's a lot of muscle mass that'd have to fit in my suitcase. I'm not sure it's gonna work. But well, speaking of muscle mass, I feel like MEGA-LADA and No Bounty Hunter, they need some sort of front line on both sides. I guess No Bounty Hunter can play around the Earth Spirit causing havoc. Okay, that answers it. That's a lot of decaying mass.
That's your muscle mass right there, man. I mean, yeah, it's decaying muscle mass, but still, it's probably gonna be it's actually weird because Undying is a melee and Naga is as well. So these 2, Undying is most likely position 5. That's how he's played in the last 2 or 3 patches. But it's gonna be fun to see where they lane him. It's probably gonna be on one of the side lanes where Mirana is not. I mean, it's gonna be.
I hope it's the side lane. Like, I think the only time I've seen Undying work in the mid lane was with Queen of Pain, which was a filthy combo.
When the map was different, and when the tower had less range on mid, so you had some, like...
the 2v2 sort of scenario.
Yeah, you had those 2v2s, then Undying on mid was actually kind of scary and good. However, not any longer, definitely. So it's gonna be on the side lane, and most likely on the side lane where Mirana is not. So yeah, and we have a PL on the other, and like PL is decent versus Undying, especially. It's actually one of the counter picks. And we get the Void.
But yeah, the PL, like, just to go back to that, this counter pick because it gets rid of the tombstone so quickly, right? That was the main point.
No. It's a good. I agree with you that that's the upside as well. But there's another one. You turn into Undying and you make your own tombstone. That's the scary part. So the strongest thing about Undying is his tombstone, right? It's one of those heroes that, like, his ultimate is like his third spell. The tombstone. You can argue that tombstone is his most valuable spell in team fights later on in the game and early on as well. So a Phantom Lancer turns into Undying, makes his own tombstone, gets rid of Undying's tombstone, and that's Morphling. Yeah. All right.
I mean, I tried to put it to you behind the scene. But I mean, in
guys, listen.
He's talking about future picks, okay? There's room for a Morphling in this draft. Oh my god.
What the hell just happened?
But to counterintuitively argue, right? Like, yes, no Bounty Hunter could have a Morphling in the future, but I'm not sure they will. Because
definitely.
Faceless Void is.
I don't think they're gonna pick Morphling. But what the hell, dude? Brain fart times 100. Holy! At least it was all a setup for this joke, you know.
I mean, I was gonna try and soothe us away from it, but then you out loud read what I typed to you, and it kind of ruined it. But the things that also ruin your games, they picked a Venomancer, which. With a Phantom Lancer and a Warlock, this is just disgusting.
All right, guys, I'm retiring. Be right back in like 5 minutes. Let me wash off the shame. Anyway, Venomancer works really well with Earth Spirit and Warlock, and they have a 16 fight potential right there, so they can wait up on the Phantom Lancer to actually get that diffusal and join the fight. Phantom Lancer, it's not Morphling. They has 3, they can work together, they can wait for Phantom Lancer to get that diffusal and join the fight. So the last pick from No Bounty Hunter can be something that's actually I'm not certain if this is going to be like offlane or mid Veno, right? They can lane it.
Well,
but
it's a weird one, right? Like, I always, when I start seeing offlane Veno, I was kind of like in this mindset, this won't work. This hero's way too slow. But it's just actually quite dominant. I mean, it's all that to do with the logic of Gale versus Serpent Wars, depending on the lane. But I feel like Veno has a lot more flexibility than a lot of heroes on how they dominate the laning phase.
Mm-hmm. So Venomancer is actually really dominant in the laning stage. It depends versus who he's playing, just as you said, versus what heroes. And we just have to wait and see what he decides to skill, like what his skill build is going to be. Is it going to be like Gale and Poison Touch, or is it going to be Poison Touch and Serpent Wards, right? So that it kind of changed the way you are playing the laning stage. That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah,
it can be really strong on the side lanes with Earth Spirit, but also on mid. So we're gonna see now.
Oh, wow. So probably Veno in the outer lanes, I'd imagine, because I feel like the best place to stick Bloodseeker at the moment is usually mid, unless there's a hero directly opposite to him that is dominant against a melee, right? Like, it just, because you've got these 2-1-2 lanes, the 2 lanes are going to harass a lot heavier, so Bloodseeker just gets the whole value without risking himself.
That's one of the reasons why this hero came back into the meta. It's the fact that you get so much on the side lanes done. Everyone is low all the time, and who's better to make people low than Venomancer? It's just one Gale, and you're going to tick out for 15 seconds, and all this constant harass is going to do it. But
oh, okay, there you go. Does this still feel like a Bloodseeker mid, though?
It does, but it's not a great matchup for him. So they might try to switch things up somehow. But I don't see a good mid. Like, you can put either a Veno or PL mid, but yeah. I think it's going to be the Bloodseeker. And look, it's not the best versus Lina, but if everyone is low on the map, you can kind of play around your movement speed, and you can somewhat play versus that Lina. The upside is there's no real setup. Eknart, maybe if he roams around and catches attacker on his off foot, then they can combo in with Scandal's Lina. But overall, attacker should sort of kinda be fine as long as they're doing well on the side lane.
Okay, so yeah, I get what you mean. I feel like PL might have been better because he's more tanky. He can fan rush towards the Lina. But this is the way they want to do it, and you know what? We can't judge them.
Faye usually plays safe lane, and he really never wants to play mid, so that's some insight. That's some insight knowledge that I also have, which makes it kind of easier for me to predict that it's gonna be the mid Bloodseeker and the safe lane PL.
Okay, so you're cheating when it comes to these predictions, Liz. You're not.
I'm not completely cheating, but
okay, you're giving yourself competitive advantage.
Yeah, I'm just also saying that you are kind of right in some way. You could lane PL as well mid, but on the other hand, then you're losing that potential for Bloodseeker to go out of control with like one ambush, as you called it, from Akimbro's Earth Spirit.
You know what? I feel like the word gank is used too much. We become dominant, but ambush sounds cool.
Yeah, we need every gank is an ambush from now on.
Why is there not a pro player? We got attacker. Why have we not got a pro player called Ambusher? Okay, that'd be
Ambusher.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Perfect name for like a POS 4 in the old roaming meta. But speaking of the old roaming meta heroes, we did see Earthspirit get that quick ward out. This is one big advantage that Earthspirit still gives you. Is at the start for the first wards, is he can use the rolling boulder to move out quicker than anyone else.
Definitely. It's a thing that we haven't seen in a while because Earth Spirit isn't really picked that often. So I'm worried for them. I'm worried to see how this Earth Spirit position 4 is gonna pan out, but I'm happy to see it back into the meta.
They did switch up the lanes as well, so they stuck the Veno top and the PL bottom, which will match them up. I'd say more favorably because the worst thing a Faceless Void can encounter is dots. It just makes Time Walk pretty irrelevant.
I agree with you, but on the other hand, I really like playing Warlock versus Undying, because once he uses like 1 or 2 decays, your Shadow Word just becomes so much stronger. All your region becomes... people don't sometimes understand how much decay works in their favor. If you get hit by decay a few times, your tango is stronger, right? It's more valuable. And all the healing spells are also... all the healing spells that are not percentage-wise are also more valuable, so...
That's a fair point. I think it's something that people do actually overlook, is especially that turnaround opportunity is an Undying's trying to sustain himself after he's taken like 16 strength. He's going to burn himself out pretty fast.
Yeah. Like, it's very hard for an Undying player to fill himself up if he has a lot of decay stacks on him. And it's also not so easy to have enough mana regen on the lane as an Undying player, so you're kind of stuck on that lane. You get a lot of decays, try to win the lane, go back, come back again, try to win the lane again, and that's pretty much how it works. Overall, on the bottom lane, what do you think? PL and Warlock versus Mirana Naga. Like, the lane is... well, Fanik and Eknart are gonna try to pressure them as much as possible, but...
They kind of can, to an extent, right? Because Riptide enables you. Like, PL's real strength lies in decent strength to begin with, and a lot of armor.
They definitely can. However, Warlock, healing... Shadow Word.
That's true. Like, you've got a lot of sustain. I think Shadow Word did get a harder nerf than people give it credit for. Like, that mana change early on was pretty considerable.
Yeah, it is. However, you still have the clarities. Just buy a couple of clarities, sustain yourself. That's it. But yeah, I agree with you. I believe, especially as it's the side lane, safe lane for Radiant. I think it should go in their favor on this lane. Definitely, they should be the ones pressuring Faye and Flash on their PL and Warlock, respectively.
I think the problem is that Phoenix plays... Like, Mirana's are pretty easy to harass out in a Taunt 2 scenario, because Naga has to get right in your face. I mean, she has good movement speed. In fairness, it's just... It feels like it's going to be hard to trade well with Faye. But they're going to try. They do put a lot of damage on when the Shadow Word comes out. It's just that constant reset. Like, despite this nerf, like you said, you pick up a clarity too. Warlock is still this frustrating hero where it's just any lane that would have probably been a loss is going to probably be a draw.
Yeah, he definitely brings a lot of sustain to the lane, and because of that, it's super hard to zone out the carry that's playing against you with his companion Warlock on his side, by his side. But anyway, if Naga manages to actually use her Riptide properly on the PL and Warlock, and they manage to right-click them when the Riptide is on, I believe they can do a lot there. I believe that, as you said, the mana is huge for Shadow Word, and it's not gonna be enough. They're not gonna have enough sustain here, in my opinion. But we'll see how it pans out.
I mean, I think it becomes a problem we're seeing now. As soon as you got the fail bonds being triggered as well, that's when the mana investment is ridiculous. And there goes his clarity. Enjoying the mana flash.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, and snare. Arrow follow up. They might be in a little bit of trouble here. Moving forward, they're on top of first blood gets drawn. Funnick does claim it.
A little bit of a misplay by Faye. I think if you're playing versus Mirana Naga lane, you should always be around creeps, so that you, even if you get ensnared, you don't... I mean,
there's no arrow,
as long as there's no angle for an arrow because you're surrounded by creeps, you're doing it right. And we have a void rotation on bottom. I guess they...
well, they stand him again. They're going to move in. Movement forward. A lot of damage, not enough. And interesting that the face void has come in. Going on the tower. They won this, but they do miss the RFA. No doppelganger available. Dodging out. The south comes through. Does get cancelled, but not before he heals up a decent amount. He might be okay here, but the time dilation does cause some troubles with the use of the doppelganger. And Egnarch just going to try for the TP out. Should be safe. But
yeah, he's definitely safe.
That was kind of a smart way to go about finishing that rotation, right? Because they needed to move Mirana top, so they try and get a kill to maximize value. They did at least burn out some more regen.
But that was so much hate on the poor PL, man. Like, what the hell?
Hey, this hero is ridiculous, okay? Especially when, like, I've actually been discussing this a lot. Well, actually, we'll pause on that because Bone, yeah, he does get hit by the arrow. And I don't think he's getting away, especially with the points in the poison thing. Oh, nice roll, Akeem! Can't save him, though. Funnick hitting just hard enough with that with the Aquila picked up.
I mean, can you click on Venomancer?
Yeah.
I
know the double points in poison sting. That's what I was saying. He's only level poisoning. I don't know. Yeah. Is he just unsure what he wants? He's like, do I Gale? Do I wards? He's just torn.
I mean, I don't understand either. It's Bone 7. He must have something. I mean,
hey, this man spent a lot of time with Envy over the years. Okay, he's got his own little mind trick. You just
on top lane, we have a move on Egnarch on top.
They are, and Egnarch should be dropping from this.
Yeah.
A nice little rotation. They're just trying to match up the lanes in their favor, as they did, of course, send the Void bot, and Venom went bot as well.
Anyway, the most ridiculous thing since Morphling in this game is this build on Venomancer. I don't get it. Did he find a way to go back into 2016?
He's got stats, man. He's got stats.
He's got stats, yeah. Level stats.
He's just there, he's going, guys, I'm hitting the stats button. Why the hell is this not work? Oh, right. That got changed. Like, how long ago was that? 2 years, I think?
Yep. I mean, arguably, you can... Wait, he's level 4. He still skills nothing.
Yeah.
I guess he's waiting to see what he needs, but...
It's the big surprise.
You know why he's doing this?
Oh.
Because he is not going to skill anything, so that when Morphling morphs into him...
Oh, Rupture coming in the middle lane. They move on Scandal. They bang back on the tower, and he's gone. Well, that's how you use Earth Spirit in this meta.
I'm so sorry when Phantom Lancer morphs into. Anyway, nice Rupture on the mid lane, and a nice skill.
I mean, that's kind of the thing. It's like there are complementary drafts where Earth Spirit's still really strong. Bloodseeker's definitely one of them.
Yeah, the kick with the Rupture really works well. One of those heroes is Pudge and Disruptor as well that are really fine.
Moving on top there, trying to go on Faye here. He has got the Shadow Word, and there is reinforcements coming at Kim. Double stun through, will heal up onto Mirana. Funnick needs to run away, but he should die after the Fatal Bonds.
I stand corrected. This Earth Spirit has done quite enough so far, in the laning stage at least, and transitioning into the mid game once he's level 6 and Warlock is level 6, I think it's just gonna get better. So I really like the way they played around the Earth Spirit so far, at least.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah, the Venomancer died, but...
I can tell you what it is. It's that he's leveled all of his skills. Something that Bone has now decided to do, by the way. He's gone for the ward build.
He went 3 levels into the Plague Ward. I mean, listen, you can save, you can definitely save skill points to try and save yourself sometimes. Like, let's say you're being ganked and you just kill Gale then, so that you can save yourself, you slow someone down and you run away. Or if you're on an aggressive movement, you can also skill up that Venomous Gale to push in. Wards definitely allow you to farm a lot faster, but overall, like, I think he had moments where he could have skilled that Venomous Gale. When he died on top, he could have done it, but he opted not to.
I think he was worried about switching lanes. That was what my thought was, is okay, he's waiting to see where the lanes settle to choose the build.
That could be true, but overall, once you get enough levels in the Plague Wards, pressuring and farming just becomes so much easier for a Venomancer. So that's the bottom line, I think.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, another snare coming through. Faye gets hit by the arrow. He's getting super low. Should be able to doppelganger away, and the Shadow Word keep him alive. But Funnick, not ready to give up. We'll have to eventually, though. This is kind of the issue with Mirana, is she is quite squishy. Those illusions do actually tend to hurt. It's there again, though, on Flash. They did actually drop the tombstone for this, so they need to at least get this kill. They should find it. Spirit Lance free. Funnick? Funnick will be fine. He'll be close, but he'll just about live.
They just dropped that tomb and gave it away, though. I mean, I don't think that was necessary.
Taka, did he go for this on Ignite? He might be able to. He's got the Rupture available, but not using it.
He's afraid of Mirana being too close. I believe that's the reason.
Oh, yeah, because you can see it. The Shrine usage would have scared him because he was losing. Like, that's actually another big change. I think that's part of the reason Bloodseeker disappeared a lot, is when they introduced Shrines. Right? Like, that did actually hamper his ability to get maximum value out of people walking back to base.
Definitely. You would get the movement speed and you would just run around because people had to either port back, buy Tranquils, or die. So
these do not all sound like good choices for carries.
Definitely not. And on top lane we have a movement though.
Yeah, they're pinging. Oh, Rupture actually goes out on Egnat. We'll force him TP away. Oh, the stun just in time for McKean. But Funnick will make it out as a result. They still get a kill they were looking for though.
At the same time, they use Laguna Blade on bottom with the Chronosphere to kill off the pesky Venomancer. And I don't blame them. Like, they have to waste their big cooldowns on this Veno, or he's gonna go out of control. It's not an easy hero to deal with once he gets a lot. Especially if he's on the side lane, just free farming.
Yeah, it's also that's the type of hero, like, you give him a little bit of time to set up, suddenly you can't get him out of lane. If he's got, like, 10 wards down, he's just like, good luck. You're never gonna actually approach him. That's why mid-Venom was filthy for quite a while.
Plus, you just have to waste the smoke to get him. Waste the smoke or a big cooldown such as Chrono.
Well, top getting a little bit aggressive on Eknart. He needs to be careful there. He's getting low. Starstorm's going to come through, roll him, but gets all out just in time. And now Faye. Well, Funnick's chasing on to Kim here. One more tap should do it. He doesn't get the stun out. He does get a stance. Funnick should just be able to leap away from this, though. Bloodseeker, everyone's low and he smells blood. Can he actually get in the attacker? Doesn't get hit by the arrow. Might actually be able to finish off Egnat. There's the Rupture just to ensure the kill. Actually, Funnick is super low as well. He refused to move due to the Fatal Bonds, but it won't matter. They both will fall.
This Bloodseeker pick is so good actually right now. He's doing so much. Attacker is back, boys. Heard it here first.
No Kunka needed.
Yeah, Bloodseeker is doing so much. And he's good versus these heroes, right? Versus... I mean, not too good versus Naga, arguably, but versus Mirana, he's quite decent.
Mirana and Faces Void, in fairness, because you've got to time walk away.
Definitely.
Enjoy.
Definitely.
Yeah, especially Mirana. It's like, it's typically, if you want to draft a Mirana at the moment, you ban out Bloodseeker. I'm quite surprised they chose not to.
Did they ban out Slark? I believe they might have, or they picked Void too, so never mind. But Bloodseeker is definitely a worthy ban in the current meta anyway. Like, we've seen him even in the TI qualifiers. How many times he's been picked. It's just such a strong hero in the current state of the game.
Yeah, 2-on-2 lane's favorite. I mean, what happened was, like, everyone was picking Slark for, like, a few weeks. And I was like, oh, Slark's imbalanced. We need to nerf him. And then people went, wait, guys. There's this hero called Bloodseeker. Yeah. He's actually quite good against Slark. And suddenly Slark's pick rate just plummeted.
You don't have to nerf him if you just pick a complete counter pick to him. And that counter pick kind of squeezed itself into the meta, the Bloodseeker. No one was picking him. And then suddenly one one, I think it was Chinese team that drafted him in one of their games, and everyone started, like, everyone is picking Bloodseeker from then on, because it definitely fits the meta, as we talked about the way the laning stage works, and
it fits the mid game as well. Like, you're dominating, you're trying to like end around 30 minutes, and well, Rupture coming out to Funnick, they're gonna try and end even quicker by getting these kills. Moving in the Chrono, connects on the 2 though, and the Tombstone's down, but they do drop the Chaotic Offering on the back foot. Funnick taking a lot of damage. Use the Fatal Bond should actually tick him out, and they have to use the Song just to run away. They get nothing for that Chrono, and that Song will at least get the rest of them out alive. Roll in, though. They actually want to get Egnar as well. They might be able to. Akeem has got the full smash. We'll stick it through, and there's the Blood Right as well to finish off the kill. And easy tier 1. Like, this is the kind of thing we were talking about in previous series castings. Like, you make these huge rotations for your whole team. You've suddenly got to get value. And if you can push the tower immediately afterwards, which you can with a Warlock on your team, you're going to feel like you got double out of that gank.
Definitely. So it's not only about how you fight and how many people you kill, it's about where you fight. Like, that's what separates tier 2 from tier 3 and tier 1 from tier 2. They set up the fights where they want to fight, around objectives and around wars that they've got. So that fight on top lane was kind of... They wasted Naga's Song, they wasted Chronosphere, and they didn't get anything out of it. It looks kind of scary for MEGA-LADA esports right now. So
also,
we'll see.
Talking about those wards, there's actually a good one that went down between the mid tier 1 and 2. They misguessed. They thought he stuck it up on the high ground, which is understandable considering they've got access to the tier 2.
It's on mid.
Scandal.
Rupture?
In a little bit of trouble. The Rupture comes out in the blade mail, means he can't even try and get a kill in return.
And that kick just sealing his fate right there.
He moves doing fantastically. The Ensnare, they can't do anything with this really though. They'll just harass attacker a little bit before he moves away. He's got a big fat wand anyway. Maybe
if they had Mirana there, they could have, but...
I think it's too close to the tier 1, right? Like, the Warlock just responds, and it's like, okay, we're screwed.
Definitely. And what you talked about that ward, and the sentry that was placed, usually you want to plant the sentry on the low ground there, so that you can see both the high ground and the low ground with the sentry. I think they were just a bit too lazy planting it there on the high ground.
Yeah, you've got heroes that can give vision as well, like Mirana with the arrow.
Yeah, or you just use the courier and send it over there, so that's a way to check as well.
See, you know, you gotta get more use out of that courier, guys. It's not just about bringing items, okay? You may have only paid for it once, you may not actually give it a running salary. That doesn't mean you have to give it only one use in the game.
Definitely. We have Mirana ult going off on bottom lane.
Oh, Egnar's coming around the back.
They have Chrono.
They know which one's the real fake. They'll snare him on the spot, bash straight away, moving in, Tombstone on top of him means he can't get out. Nice stun from Akeem, but his fate is sealed, and Akeem will be able to roll out just in time. But he didn't use the Remnant, so he might be in a little bit of trouble here. Arrow will connect, and he'll just be ran down. And whoops, called by Faye. I don't know if that was for him or for Earthspirit forgetting to use the Remnant.
I mean, they didn't even use the Chrono there, so that was huge.
They might look to use it in the mid lane, though. Neferet's moving around right now. Bone would be a prime target, but they do ensnare, arrow, flash, and... Will the creeps kill him? Will the creeps kill him? Oh, he gets the deny! Nice use of the wand to ensure that his demise is in the hands of that scary little black dragon.
That's going to win, baby.
By dying.
On mid lane, though, they have a Rupture on lane.
Scandal, TP out. Can he get out in time? They even throw out the Poison Nova to ensure the kill. I'm not sure if it was really needed, but you got him nonetheless.
You're not sure? Maybe he should have left it unleveled, you know?
Well, here's the thing, you know, damage over time, usually it needs time to happen, and
right?
He, like, used it and the guy died, so...
I mean...
at least he didn't level up to level 2, right? That's something, so at least he's going to be able to max out that Gale before he's got the other. Because this other thing as well with Venno is it feels worthless to get level 1 Poison Nova.
I mean, it depends. It's not always the greatest thing to skill, definitely, but overall, you can take it. Like, you can go for it. It's not horrible.
I mean, it's not bad for a Bloodseeker, right?
Yeah. Usually what you see is the Plague Wards, right? Maxed out. They just help you so much. You don't even see the Gale level 2 like he did here. You just see the Gale level 1 for the slow. If you're maxing out the Plague Wards, you see the Gale level 1, so... He could have had Poison Nova level 2, I suppose, right here.
I think he'd already used it and then got the level. So I'd imagine that was kind of a case of, well, at least it's level 1, like, shrugs. But yeah, once you get level 2, that's when this hero becomes lethal.
On the other hand, like, level 2 Venomous Gale versus level 2 Poison Nova, I mean, I don't know. It's not a thing that... I play a decent bit of Venom, and if you're maxing out Plague Wards, you get 1 level in Venomous Gale because the 15 seconds is 15 seconds slow. It doesn't matter really. And then you get 2 levels into your ultimate. But Bone 7 knows what he's doing, and we'll leave it to him.
Sure. So bot lane, they are going to try and take this tier 1. I don't think... They're going to try and stop this, though. They've got the song. Oh, no, the Dust. They saw him, though. Stun through. They should have a stance as well. No chance Egnar gets... Or maybe the Light Striker is good, but they drop the rock. They'll chase through Egnar. One more tap will do the deal. And now the Chrono return. The back foot, they've already got rid of Warlock. They'll chase through Faye as well. He's stuck in place. Laguna to ensure he does fall. But this time, the Remnant was slapped down with the roller. Kim will be able to get far enough away. Attacker, though, being chased onto should be fine.
Yeah, he's just a little bit too late to the party here. At least, meanwhile, Venomancer is pushing top. However, it wasn't really... They dusted perfectly. They spotted the Naga, and they used Phantom Lancer's Diffusal Blade to completely get rid of her mana, so she couldn't sleep or anything. She couldn't set up. But Mirana landed that arrow instantly on Warlock as he was casting the rock. So the rock was casted, but there was no follow-up. There were no fatal bonds, and that's the big thing. So there was no damage for them. And then the Chrono and Alina's Light Striker Ray just destroyed Phantom Lancer.
It's a priority support, right? Like, that's the thing about Warlock is you can, like, kill him quite quickly. But you have to kill him quite quickly. Like, most lineups that draft a Warlock, it's that kind of... It's like a Naga, right? You don't want to leave Naga to last in the fight because she'll just song and get everyone out. You always have to initiate on that type of hero.
In a perfect game, you would get rid of Warlock first in every team fight because of the rock, but it's not really easy because this hero does not tend to be really in front, and there's a huge range on Chaotic Offering, so it's not really easy to pick him off. So there's that.
They did lose a tier 1 on the side of No Bounty Hunter. Not happy at this. They will look to take MEGA-LADAs, and MEGA-LADA's kind of happy to let this happen right now. They haven't got the Chrono available, and right now they are really just playing around the Chrono to try and start building that lead.
I mean, they don't have the Chrono available, but at the same time, No Bounty Hunter, they don't have the Rock. They don't have their big ultis either. They do have the...
They got Poison Nova.
Yeah, Poison Nova and the Force on Venomancer, so he can set it up properly. But they're just dodging. They don't want to fight. And I believe it's the right option. They're not stronger right now in team fights.
Yeah, so the right move for No Bounty Hunter would be to keep pressuring these towers. Basically, if MEGA-LADA isn't going to come to them, they can just go to their towers. Like, there's nothing to really stop them from just taking one off the other. Mirana is currently split pushing.
There is nothing to stop them, but maybe there is. There's a smoke happening, and there is a Chrono right now. Yeah, and this Venomancer versus Smoke is really
Chrono clips onto him. They're going to try and get rid of him quickly. Moving in. Can they do this? They should be able to get him in time. Moonlight Shadow for the follow-up kill on the Flash to make sure no one's seen the ensnared control in place. Kim's going to make his way out, but Warlock won't be so lucky. On the song! Kim! The zombies betrayed him, and now his fate is sealed. He will die. They didn't get the Bloodseeker, though, which is the big kill that they need to achieve each time.
Bloodseeker was quite far away. Everyone else there, Warlock, for some reason he went in to try and save his Venomancer, but he did not have Chaotic Offering. It was on 15-second cooldown, so there was no way Venomancer lives there. Then Earth Spirit comes in, tries to boulder smash them to get some time to maybe save Warlock, and all three of them die. What was supposed to be just one death on their team, Venomancer, turns into a bloodbath. They just dropped that sentry.
Yeah, and he realized very quickly and moved away. That would have been quite awkward otherwise, because attack was moving across with the Rupture. But I mean, that's kind of awkward because you just picked up that Shadow Blade and you haven't actually got any value out of like the first use of an item. That's the big reveal. You're not going to get it now.
And instantly, it might get punished. They're going into the hit. They do have their ulti as well. There's no Chrono, and it should be fairly easy for them to take this Roshan down.
You know, as long as Faye stops tanking.
What are you doing there?
There's the Shadow word he's been waiting for. I mean, attacker's full HP here. This is pretty basic. Just move right on top. Come on. Don't say no to Phantom Lancer abuse.
I mean, this new Roshan is a whole different beast than what he was a few months ago, man. Like,
he's pretty damn scary these days. You know what's sad for me is that Wraith King Roche isn't easier since the skeletons because they just get clapped, die very quickly. Oh, top though. Again, hitting on the Phonic, stuns him up as well. The Magnetize try and get the kill. He won't be able to stop the tower from being taken, but he will at least find the kill into Mirana.
I was just about to praise Mirana, how he's the only one in his team that was actually doing something while they were taking Rosh. He was trying to split push, and he did well. He got that tower, but then he just dies to... I mean, Earth Spirit could have killed him there solo, so I'm not certain. I mean, it's always good to take objectives, but he didn't have to pay the price. Bottom?
Yeah, I'm surprised that Faye didn't chase on to that.
He's got BKB though. Maybe that's the reason.
True, but with the Aegis, I'd say it's worth the Aegis being expended for a Chrono at this point, because that's like the big thing stopping you pushing right now.
Definitely. If you can make a team fight around it though, that's much better. If you just waste the Chrono for the Aegis and that's it, it's not so great. But on mid.
Oh, look at go in. Speaking of that Chrono, it should be available for Akeem. He'll catch straight onto the Venom again. Bone 7 is not having a very fun game here, and it's about to get worse. The rock drop, even though the BKB's Nefrit can't attack. Poison Nova comes out, he'll go for the TP out. He can't hang around. The Song on the other side of the fight just to slow down. Akeem will die to the zombies, but Attacker, he's moving way too slow here. It's like an old man with a Zimmer frame. Got no movement speed due to no damage. Turning around to Phonic, doing a lot of damage. The Blade Mail protecting him. Phonic with the BKB will be able to get away. The Riptide from Eknart will ensure the kill on the Bloodseeker. Moving on to more Flash. Stuck in place with the ensnare, and the zombies, they are just surmounting on Flash. He can't move away. Bone 7 trying to retreat, but he might have to leave Flash. No, Flash! He's chicken out Eknart. Muriel has to leave. Bone 7 might turn on Eknart. He stayed too long here. Snare comes out. Upheaval used by Flash. You cheeky little son of a gun. Eknart.
Oh, look who's coming. Phantom Lancer, man. He remembers. It's a team game.
They should be fighting right now. He's going to run across, trying to rush in, and Eknart is gone.
Wow, such an impact by this Phantom Lancer. I'm amazed.
This guy right here. This guy.
All right, listen.
Very badly drawn heart. Flash done a damn good job there, okay?
I've had some issues with this player in one of my teams. I'm not playing.
Juicy story time with Lizard.
He's a great player and he's really young. He has a ton of potential, but like, did you see this team fight? The team fight lasted for 2 minutes. Phantom Lancer was just farming woods. He took tier 2 bottom and went into jungle to farm. It's not really...
Well, he heard you. He's come to fight. Phonic trying to jump out of the map will be brought back in and killed.
That's the potential I was talking about.
You know, his Phantom Lancer's senses are tingling.
Oh,
Yule's coming out of the Rupture. The Blood Right as well. Scandal needs to TP out. Should be able to move quick enough. They can't do enough damage. And they get the kill on the Bone 7 still.
What a Krasavchik on Lina. That was really nice. Like, Bone 7 is not having a great game. He just dodged the death when the Chrono was used on him there because of the rock hit exactly when Void used BKB, so he couldn't finish him off. But now he dies to Lina instead, so they're just taking turns on Bone 7. Feels bad.
I was about to say, do you think it's worth getting there on disc? And apparently, yes, it is, because that's what he's got queued up. He's almost got the gold. He was just 60 gold away. How upsetting is that? I mean, it could be more upsetting. Could you imagine if the courier was on his way with a recipe? And that happened.
I mean, now that you mention it, Aeon Disc is so valuable on No Bounty Hunter right now, because if you don't die in that Chrono, if you don't die from Lina's burst, if you take the fight, I believe everyone should get it on this team.
Attacker might die though. They're moving around. They've got the Chrono, Nefrit.
He
clips him with it again. The BKB through on Attacker. In the meantime, Light Striker right down. Laguna, they'll get the kill on the Flash. Now they turn around, looking for more. They'll find Attacker. Rolled out by Akeem just in time. But perfectly executed by MEGA-LADA. They clip him with the Chrono, and off the back of that, they can now take a tier 1. And might even go for a tier 2.
These clutch Chronospheres, they're always on the edge. Somehow it catches them. Like, it's like a, you know, it's just as much chance that he dodges it if he's just a bit faster there. If someone was just a bit lower on the map so he has more movement speed, he'd be able to get out. Or at least he'd be able to pop that BKB before being chronoed. And as you said, like, yeah, BKB is great, but if you get chronoed, it doesn't really do a lot, does it?
Exactly. You know what my favorite one actually is? Phase Boots. Always throws Voids off. They're like, yeah, I'm going to get this max range chrono. Phase Boots. But, you know, no one's really building those anymore, right? It seems to have fallen back to tread since they nerfed the side shops.
Or that little item that Venomancer just bought. The Aeon Disc.
Yeah, the Aeon Disc. Yeah. And he's got 4 stuff as well, you know. There's many ways. They pinged out Phonic. Oh, they know. Team stuns him up. Should have enough of the stun as well. And there we go. Rupture as well. BKB going to try and get out. Find it. It's going to be close. They even drop the rock to endure the death. And the Aegis reclaimed. Perfectly timed after that kill.
And we have a PL slowly going into that hard to Rask. He only needs one more vitality booster. I mean, he has 1100 gold. He's not saving for buyback, so I think he will go and grab that Heart of Tarask as soon as possible. And it's a proper item definitely in this game because of Faceless Void Chrono. If he manages to survive through that Chronosphere, I believe they can take the team fight every time.
It's also a case of the levels are starting to smell. We're eventually going to end up at 25, I think, before this game finishes. That's right. And I think the big concern is, I think there's been a lot of discussion about it as well, is Phantom Lance's level 25 talent.
Just disgusting. Nothing more.
Pure filth, right?
Yeah, pure filth. Like, the Doppelganger CD is just, it's...
Well, everyone was, you know, kind of worshipping. Oh,
Face
top? No, too fast. And yeah, the sleep stopped him coming back. Chrono on the Faye. Speaking of that filthy PL, looks like he's going to forfeit his life here. And they ensnared Bone as well. They could follow up. Like Striker Ray will not connect. Aeon just did get proc though. Oh no, he's got the Poison Nova. Will he use it? He throws out the Gale Poison Nova as well. Rupture on the other side of the fight. Flash taking a lot of damage. Nefret will be able to get him. Chasing forth for more. The BKB up. Attacker has to use the Blade Mail. Trying to move away. Panic. Kim cannot get the start. It was a little bit too far forward. They might actually continue to chase here. Nice blink out.
If you remember when they used the rock for a solo Mirana kill,
right on that.
I mean, imagine if that was not used there. If the rock was not used there, like this is a completely different story. The rock cancels, like it doesn't cancel, but it definitely would make PL survive that chrono. And after that, they could even turn with the Poison Nova and everything else. But if you waste your biggest reset, like, because that's what it is, Chaotic Offering, it can be used offensively as well as the initiating tool, but mostly it's a reset tool. They use Chrono or something, you use the rock afterwards, you Fatal Bonds them when they are all clumped up together going for that teammate of yours. You use the rock to reset the team fight and then you go on to them. But if you don't have the rock, if you just used it for a solo kill on Mirana, yeah, it's a good kill, but if you're gonna lose your PL and the whole team fight afterwards, the value is kind of lost.
Yeah, the PL desperately needs those bit boosters to have that heart. If he has the heart, I feel like he can survive those chronos because Void, I'd say he needs an MKB to be able to shred through the PL at that point.
Well, the Void does have Mjolnir right now, so he does hit quite hard, to be honest. Phantom Lancer did not opt to go for Butterfly or anything, so MKB is great on Void, but it's not super necessary. There's no, like, he didn't take the 10% evasion on Phantom Lancer either.
Would you rather see, like, a Daedalus build from Faceless Void?
I think he has to save up and see what Faye goes for later.
Oh, meanwhile, Laguna out. They caught Akeem here. He will die off. BKB activated by Scandal. Faye's going to chase through. The song's been used again, though. Faye may be in a little bit of trouble here. They've even got the Chrono Bell. No, throw it down, Faye. Trapped in here all alone, but the rock to interrupt the spine a lot of time, but it's a bind off. The ensnare will ensure that Faye still falls. And they did just waste the Chaotic Offering, which means there's going to be a chase going on. Phonic moving forward, looking for more. Leads through on the Flash. The Poison Nova does go down, but Nefret scaring away Bone 7. There's the use of the Starstorm as well. Kim has to run on the Magnetized. Roll out is blocked by Phonic. He will die after they chase for Bone 7. I don't think they've got the leaps left to do so. But he just has to watch as his team falls. And look at it. MEGA-LADA don't even care about these Poison Novas.
It's all about these pickoffs that they're getting on Phantom Lancer, sadly. I mean, it was first the pickoff on Earth Spirit, but I think Phantom Lancer should have just fled instantly once Lina initiated on Earth Spirit, because she would never do it if she was alone there. And yeah, we also saw the power, well, we really did not see the power of Chaotic Offering when it's used properly as a resetting tool, because there was no team to follow up. Maybe if there was Earth Spirit there as well, to use a kick after the Chaotic Offering to save his PL, that would have been kinda alright, but not like this. Not like this.
And what makes it worse is that they get a clean exit. Bone could have used Yules, but he didn't want to use it on the first target. He might try to use it on Muriel. Gale out. Muriel being chased. Should be an easy cleanup for them. There's no way they're going to defend this undying.
Yeah, this is the right play, right? You just leave one dude behind, you let him die, even though it's your position 5, it doesn't matter. Like these small... Oh, the BKB.
That was... I'm not sure that's playing to win.
Yeah, that's definitely not playing to win. Wasting your BKB in a game such as this one is not really great.
I mean, they're lucky that the ward is in a less expected location. Because if they had a high ground ward there, they'd probably know to just go for another objective without that BKB available.
Yeah, definitely. And they might, actually. The rush is up and they have Chrono. There's nothing stopping them. There's no rock, right? There's still no rock for a minute, and they have Song, they have Chronosphere. They're just gonna go and try and take this rush. They do have Heart on Phantom Lancer, and finally, they might go together, and there we go.
Finally, they will emerge as a team. But can they do anything, is the question.
Yeah, finally, no Bounty Hunter is playing as a team. Because so far, they've had a decent laning stage. They really played well early on, but ever since then, there's something missing. Someone is always missing from these fights. It's either Bloodseeker on one side and everyone else on the other side, or Phantom Lancer on one side and everyone else on the other side. It's not really great.
It's kind of like MEGA-LADA would look for those ganks to come back into the game, and NoBH has kind of said, hey, don't worry, you can have them. We're too busy splitting the whole map, farming everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. They said, please, Chrono our core, every single time. Like, instead of making this Venomancer in front in every single fight, and they just hide behind him. No.
Oh, Song coming out. They catch two, make that 3-4, in fact. They've got almost everyone. The PL's going to arrive as well. The Chrono on the back foot will catch on the face straight away. The poison over the Kendo offering going down right away. The Fatal Bonds are on them, but it shouldn't be enough. In the meantime, Bloodseeker already dead. Faye will fall as well. This Chrono, max value gain. Buyback on Bloodseeker, getting back in the fight, but too late. Akeem's already dead. Bone 7, Eldis to protect him, but Muriel will fall in the meantime. On the back foot, Flash gets caught. No more upheaval for you. Instead of controlling the attacker, he's all alone. This Bone 7 doesn't really want to fight anymore, but will they try? The movement for Bone 7 stunned in place. Nefert chasing along with the zombies' assistance. Eggnot being chased onto as well, but Bloodseeker used up and controlled. Funnet goes in, Starstorm down. Movement through, leaping forward. There's the proc, and he will get the kill and won't even die in return for it as they clean up the golem. It's a complete team wipe, and the only thing that died is the one thing you probably want to die in these fights, which is your Undying with that tombstone on death.
Definitely, Undying even wants to die because of that talent in many fights. And honestly, I don't see no Bounty Hunter coming back from this. That team fight, yeah, Naga slapped them almost all. It was a perfect Naga initiation. PL ported into Chrono, which is kind of this. I'm not certain. It's a bit questionable, but he needed to be there, so whatever. But even though they had a perfect initiation with Naga, the counter initiation from Warlock and Venomancer was near perfect, and it was a fight. Yeah, and it didn't matter. Yeah, that's the worst part. That's why I'm saying I don't see no Bounty Hunter coming back from this. They had a perfect counter initiation there. They fought on their shrine and they still lost. It's not gonna get any easier, especially now when this Naga gets. Actually, I haven't talked about this at all, but Naga has a point booster and she's going into Agonist.
She's almost got the axe. Yeah, she's very close. I think the other concern is that the Undying now getting those levels mean, like we've talked about Undying before, once you start getting your talents, this hero becomes absurd.
Definitely. Once you get those +6 tombstone attacks, and once you have the reincarnation, it's insane. Like, these two supports are gonna do so much more right now than I mean, up to this point they've done a lot, definitely, but they're just gonna become stronger.
Silence out. They actually caught Funnet here. Will be forced to use the BKB and leap away. Has to use the Moonlight Shadow as well. He's not low enough to be seen. The song comes out again. Eknar, he's got his team covered. Are they going to try and move on the back foot? They actually do catch out Flash. They might even continue on here. Eknar on the snare Faye, but he's already out of mana. He might be out of time. Stun does connect on the scanner as well. They drop the tombstone. The Rupture coming in. They jump straight on top of the scanner. Find him. The Chrono on the back foot will connect on the attacker, and he might actually die. Nefret, he's getting out of control right now. The Aegis brings back Scandal. He's ready to fight once more. Light Strike around Tom to control Akeem. Chasing on the Faye as well. Eknar trying to move away. Will be able to make the distance, but Bone 7 is on the chase. Can he get anything? The Laguna going out onto the wrong person, and Faye, he might actually be turned in their favor. Eknar should tick out in the end. Bone 7 still alive. It's just causing so many issues. And Nefret, oh, Light Strike away. Faye, they finally find him. They finally eliminate him. They eat the cheese, and they might look for more. Upheaval, there's the drop of the rock. Flash, he wants to fight this. Lena getting low. Scandal, a little bit trouble. Bone 7, he's out of health. The Bashes. Nefret chasing through. He'll find Flash as well. Ultra kill as he just misses out on that rampage.
Yeah, Nefret kind of debated Bone 7 there because he still had his BKB off cooldown, so he could use it whenever, but he just waited for Bone 7 to go in. Also, Faye played that fight really well. He debated them with his illusion so far away, and he almost turned it into their favor, which was really nice. He played the team fight properly, but the game still is not won, and they wasted a lot of buybacks.
I feel like I mean, Faye, he done almost everything, I'd say, perfectly. Like, it was, I think twice he actually tricked them, full-on tricked them. Like, we saw the Laguna, but we also saw them chasing after the wrong one at a different point.
He bought them so much time for all their dots to kick in, like the Poison Nova, the Fatal Bonds, and Warlock was also positioned really well to use his upheaval to slow them down. It was a really good performance in that team fight by Team No Bounty Hunter, but still it wasn't enough. And
I mean, they're kind of in this position, right, where they kind of have to expend someone at the start of the fight. They don't have a choice in this. It's always going to be someone dropping. And the argument this time around was everyone was low. The dots worked out, but attacker was dead. It's like there's never a prime solution for them right now. They need everyone to survive, so they need to get a pick-off clean without any casualties, which is hard against this lineup.
This is the only way I see No Bounty Hunter winning. It's for this Veno to go in front and somehow survive. He has
It's Flash in trouble here. Yules.
Flash.
Lights Drag Array should be there, but they have to move away because of the blood right. They'll go straight back in though. The Shiva's through, the Laguna as well. Flash getting low. Can they finish him off though? Gonna be a close call. The jump in. The Chrono is much bigger this time. It will catch on the Flash and also caught an attack as well. Nefrit PK beat up, going to work on the attacker. Held in place means he will die off here. Double kill for Nefrit. And
it's
actually,
just so hard for them to react in these situations when they just get caught. Warlock didn't even have the rock and they still went on him. Like, it's the most unvaluable hero on Team No Bounty Hunter right now, and they still went on him. And they still won the team fight with that huge chrono. The talent is insane. The plus 175 chronosphere AoE.
It's so intimidating. It's like, you look, it's like, okay, gonna have to zoom out a little bit more. I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
It's like, in a fight like that, Space Matters and Nefrit, Bone 7 just trying to buy time with that Poison Nova. He might buy some though. They jump into a fun. Can they actually get killing him in time? The BKB comes out in the song as well. They are healing up to full. And when they are ready, they can just reinitiate the arrow through. Oh, they missed time, but Faye will be able to escape. But Akeem will not be so lucky.
That was hard combo to actually do there because of all the illusions that were around PL. So the arrow might have connected on any one of those as well.
Speaking of PL, Faye, what's going in there? Thought twice about it. They're just trying to delay this. They need the Bloodseeker up if they want to defend. And the problem is you're buying time, but the Golem does get dropped up. People as well. Nefrit held in place in the meantime, but will be able to move away. Jumps for the time walk. BKB's out. They will just stun up and kill off the walk straight away. Muted up. Bone 7 can't do anything either. And GG gets called. No Bounty Hunter. They know this PL cannot carry them to victory alone. And they tap out. And I think this was just a typical example of window of opportunity missed.
Yep. I believe that they just hit. This is basically what happened. MEGA-LADA, they lost their lanes quite convincingly. Well, not quite convincingly, but the lanes were...
They were hard. They were hard lanes to win.
They were hard, yeah. And Lina was not having a great time. However, this Void he just won them the mid-game. Every chrono was on point. It wasn't only his. Like, let's not take it away from Naga either. She had really good sleeps into arrows and sleeps into chronospheres, definitely. Their setup was just much better than No Bounty Hunters, and that's it. And it's kind of weird because No Bounty Hunter does have a lot of setup as well, but it just wasn't there.
Well, the good news is, though, unlike the last things we cast together, these aren't best of ones, you know. These are best of threes. So,
whoa,
maybe,
really?
Yeah, apparently there's more action to come. I wonder what No Bounty Hunter will change next game. I mean, we're going to...
Yo, maybe No Bounty Hunter can pick a morphing next game, and
you know what? Maybe that's what it was. You were just ahead of the curve and basically ahead of the stream. So, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes for Game 2 between MEGA-LADA and No Bounty Hunter. You don't want to miss that.